Hi, everybody. Welcome to our training on the map. This is David and Heidi, your global directors for Optavia. We're going to just go over a few things to help you understand how to fill out a basic map. We're using Wendy as our gracious guinea pig today. Her business is growing pretty rapidly, and we want to just kind of break it down at the level she is at. And this will give you some basic insight and some complex insight as well. A map is all about establishing structural tension in your business. Dr. Anderson talks about this in our health, and it's very applicable in both our body and what our goals are and where we want to be, and the micro habits that we need to get there. The same thing in our business, okay? So a map will establish at the bottom, it kind of shows you where you are in your business, and the top you set goals for where you want to be, and you kind of give yourself steps and actions to get there. David is going to go over all of this with us today. So if it's okay, I'm going to mute out everybody, and then Wendy and David, you can unmute to be back in.
So it'll show mute on my thing is what you're saying, and then I gotta have to click unmute?
I'm going to try and mute everybody. Here we go.
Okay.
Okay. Will you unmute Wendy, Heidi? Okay.
Wait a minute. Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay, I'm going to go ahead and share my screen. I really appreciate Wendy and allowing me to use her, because she's kind of just like Annie, it just kind of jumped really fast, and sometimes kind of like a chicken with your head cut off, don't really know what's going on. And so hopefully we can get a little bit of, I guess, a systematic order to kind of what's going on. So here, what I did was they have the Optavia map. This one, I downloaded it and converted it to Word, so it looks a little bit different, but it has all the information on there. So what I really like about the map is basically in a one-page summary, it shows you your business. So if you were to go up to Annie or to Heidi or to whoever and say, okay, how's your business doing? How are your coaches? How are your clients? How are you doing? It has it all here. So that's what I really like about this is, once a month, we're recommended that the last day or the first day of the month to kind of do a reflection. How's my business going? How are my clients doing? How are my coaches doing? Are they increasing? Are they getting more clients? Are they meeting their goals? So this kind of has it all in a summary here. So the very first part of it that we need to do is at the bottom, it has kind of your current reality. So Wendy has allowed me to log in, let's see, under her. So let's see if I can move all this stuff. There we go. So I have logged in. Let's see. Okay, just gonna move this little thingy. Okay. So you can see on the map, the first thing that we need to do is rank. So let's find out what rank she was. So if you scroll down, and go to engage. Let's see, hold up. So she was 3.8. So 3.8 we know is what rank? Associate Director, right? So she was AD. Okay? I'll just spell it out here. Okay, so the way it works, and I'll show you, is your rank is evolved from, you know, your frontline volume or the number of senior coaches that you have. Okay, we know that she had. You did not have any senior coaches, correct, Wendy?
No, I didn't.
So we had 3 increments of 1,200. It gets you to 3,600. You're above 3,600, so that puts you an associate director. Okay.
Okay.
So we have that. So frontline points, it's the same thing. So that's a whole nother explanation. But since you have 3 1,200 segments, okay, that gets you to 3 frontline points.
Okay.
You had 0 senior coaches, so put in that. So you just have to do a little bit of arithmetic, 3 plus 0, and then you get 3. Okay.
Okay.
New clients that you brought on. I don't know if there's an easy way. For sake of time, let's just go lots. Okay, you added on a lot of clients last month. New frontline coaches. Do you have any coaches yet, Wendy? I can't remember.
No, I've only been coaching for less than a month. So my people are all just starting the program real early. Some are still getting boxes. So I think eventually people will. They're expressing some interest already. But for right now, no. Just me. I'm it.
Hey, well, you're pretty amazing. And we're so happy that you're part of our team and Annie's team.
Thank you.
If you were to have here, when you have coaches, it'll show up in this tree view, and then you could kind of see how they fall into view. But let's find out. There's a few more spots on here. So frontline volume, okay? So frontline volume is 3872. Okay, so let's put that in there. 3872. Your group volume, you can just click on GV right here. Okay, it's the same. Okay, it'll change whenever you have senior coaches. That volume will flow under your group volume, which will be your frontline volume that you have plus any volume that you have under the senior coaches. Okay.
Okay.
Then you can see how much you order. You know, 106 is the PV. Okay. So let's find out how much Wendy makes on Optavia. So if you go under engage and then your performance, total income, July, you can see she made $905 for her orders for last month. So you can see here, 3,872 and already 1,652 frontline volume. So, and of this 929, she's received $663 this month. So you made $929 last month, and then you receive what happens is you receive 15% of it. If Donna Joe orders some bars last week, you'll receive 15% of that the week after, and then you'll receive, you know, depending on your rank, 5, 7, 9% additional, and that'll show up in your monthly bonuses. And you receive that once a month, usually at the end of the second week. Okay. So let's put $905. Okay. So no frontline coaches yet, and no senior coaches. Okay. So let's find all of. Let's meet Wendy's clients. What we can do in the reporting, they have this predefined report, okay? And it has a client report. We could look all of your clients, but what we want to do, as you see here, it's actually in Premier date and Premier dollars, okay? So what we want to do is there's this scheduled Optavia Premier orders, okay? So it says you have 1,573 left, okay? So that'll put you about I think you had 1,500, already, which is pretty amazing in the first 9 days. And so you have 1,500 for the remainder of the month. So if everything stayed static and nobody canceled, you would have about 3,100 frontline volume. Okay.
Okay.
So I'm going to switch this, toggle this to after this remaining, and then after this month. Let me, hold up. Let me do this again. Hold up. So let's put in remaining this month. There we go. So you can see their, scroll over, you can see their premiere dates, okay? Next premiere date is 8/20, let's order it, click on here and we can order it. 8/19, 8/21, 8/17. So let's put that in, okay? So 8, doesn't show up very well. Once again,
I'm really having a hard time seeing it, but still I'm getting a lot of information, but it's really small. I'm having.
Okay, there we go.
That's okay. I just opened the screen up a little bit. I can see a little bit better.
Oh, okay. So yeah, I need to come up with a fillable one so that people can see a little bit better next time. But let's put in 8/19. Let's do the dollar amount. You can see projected next premiere order date. So right now they have $403 or $404 in their queue to be ordered for next time. Okay, 8/21. $333. 8/27. $426. Okay, and then 8/31. $460. Save it. Okay. Okay, so let's get the names on these individuals. So Elizabeth went, I'll just call her Liz Wing. Monica Ely. Oops. Ashley Brewington. Sarah Minkle. Okay, so that's for this month. Let's find out the ones that have already ordered, most likely, that are going to be for next month. Okay, so let's next premiere date. Okay, so 2 on the 5th and 1 on the 9th.
I just had somebody cancel it. Just canceled a premiere order, and I've messaged her, and she's not responded back. So I'm not.
That's unfortunate.
Yeah.
And that's what you'll see, right? Is some people, for whatever reason, they don't understand the program or food, tastes so good, and it's bigger than their why, and they just, for whatever reason, they just like any other thing, they decide that they don't want to be a part of it, or
Right.
And I think that's hard. But as coaches, we just love them anyway, and then a lot of times they'll come back after they realize, wow, things are a little bit worse than I anticipated. So, okay, 360. So we got your clients in.
Okay.
So that's what we do here. So what it tells you right here, with these, you know, up to here, you pretty much have your senior coach in between manager, because they ordered a lot. I think last month, and I think you had one or two more. You know,
Yes.
you were up to, you know, this right up here. And so really it depends on what they order. If they order a little bit more, you know, 4 times, you know, 8, or 4 times 9, I guess you had 9 clients probably last month. And that was, you know, it's $3,600. That's why you're able to get to that level. Okay. So now look at these clients for me, Wendy. Which one of these do you think is rocking their journey? They're going to be amazing, and they're maybe putting some words into Highway to Health, and you think, well, I could see them down the road of being a really good coach.
Elizabeth Wing, we've already talked about it, and she said, I'm interested. I think sometimes, like me, when I first joined, we want to feel like we've lost a little bit more weight before we coach.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's where she's at, but she's really interested, and she's brought it up a couple of times during conversations that she was interested. And then I have others that are not on the Premier that are also, actually Janet Densford, yes, she's on there too. She's also interested. So I have 2 people on that list that are interested.
Mm-hmm. And that's just that you know about, right?
I think Ashley Brewington, when she's been on it for a little while, she's also potentially going to be a great coach, because she's super motivated and really doing the work that before her box came, she was really trying to find out everything that she needed to have ready. And that to me is usually a good indicator that somebody's going to really, really apply themselves to the program. And, you know, she works as a hairstylist, and I'm thinking she's going to be around customers and other stylists. They're going to start noticing her weight loss, and she's going to want to share it. So I also believe she's going to be a potential coach.
Yeah, you're right. So normally I would put it in this little 1 and 2 here, but for whatever reason, it's not letting me put it in there. So I will just put it up here. Is there anybody else that maybe is not a client or not a coach that you think might be a good coach? And it also has top coach client candidates. So is there anybody else that might be a client that's on your heart that you're thinking, you know what, I think they could really benefit from a program, or they could really benefit from coaching?
For being on the program, I never really push anybody or even suggest it. I want them to come to me, but I do have many people in my life that I think they're looking. I can tell they're looking, and they're commenting. I have a lot of people on the radar that are still thinking about it, and I'm just waiting. I know it's going to happen.
Okay. Yeah, and
go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, you're totally doing it the right way, Wendy, because right, we don't want to push it on anybody. It's a lot better they come to you. But maybe you could see down the road, you know, even if they haven't even accepted yet, just somebody on your heart, or somebody maybe who's expressed interest but hasn't really decided to join program, that we could put down in here, you know, and say, okay, just so you're thinking about them.
My daughter, for sure, she's been rebellious to me about it when I brought it up, because I know she'd benefit from it, because she's really overweight and she's struggled. And her and I have done Weight Watchers before many times. And I brought it up, and she was real negative. And then yesterday she came and she filmed a video with me for my art career. And she said, I started to talk to her a little bit how much I loved the program. And she said, I saw the cost, Mom. I looked it up and I did the assessment. So I know it's just a matter of time before, because I told her I'd pay over half of it for her if she joined, because I pay her anyways to work for me, so she might as well use that money for something to get healthy, you know what I mean? And so she's definitely, I can tell she's thinking about it, but I think I need to make sure it's her idea, you know, because I am her mother.
Right.
I don't
want to overstep. You're right.
Yeah, exactly. So definitely I think it's going to happen. And then I've had 3 or 4 people, but I can't right now remember their names, that have messaged me 2 or 3 times. I've had some phone calls with people that have said, I need some time. I think they're nervous for whatever reason, whether it be they're afraid that they're going to be spending money that they might not get a return on, and all the same concerns we all have when we joined.
Mm-hmm. So what is your daughter's name?
Christina Cuff, Cuff.
Okay, so we'll just leave it at that then for now. So when you we can all understand. So whenever you have a phone call with someone or somebody's expressed interest, how do you keep track of them?
I actually don't keep track of them here because they all have found me through Instagram. So I keep in my Instagram mails, I have all their names and their information there.
Okay. As long as you have a way to track it, I think that's the key thing.
Absolutely.
And then when you do have a health assessment, it's always good, even if like Heidi said in one of the trainings, it's better to have a conversation with them than to go like question by question.
Yes.
But even if you just put their name on it and just write down a few scribbles, that's good, because then I had a health assessment on such and such date, and you're able to follow up. So great. So let's talk about you. So Wendy, how has this program helped you as a person, and also coaching? How's your coaching coming along?
I feel like it's going great. I'm getting great feedback. At the beginning it was I was still a lot of learning to do, and I'm still learning constantly new things. Like, when I ask you guys questions about, like I sent Heidi a question this morning about somebody that was on steroids, prednisone. So I'm still always having little snags come up where I need to get answers from the site or from one of you guys. But other than that, I've taken to it like a duck to water.
Yeah. Are you enjoying it? What's the best experience that you've had? This kind of, wow, this is great.
I love the feeling when I'm talking to people, that the connection they express to me so quickly. It makes me really realize that I am on the right path. People are responding. They're getting healthy. They're wanting to get healthy, and not because I'm preaching to them, but because I'm setting an example. And it just feels really good to see people transforming their lives, and watching them after they join the program. Within a couple of days, they're saying, oh, I love this program. I can't believe I'm having this success in this area or that area. Like, I went to a party and I was able to resist, or I had a bunch of stress with my son and I was able to stay on the program the whole time. And for me, it's wonderful, because I never want people to feel like I'm trying to sell them something or push something that is not quality. So I'm always getting that feedback, knowing that I'm aligning myself with a really wonderful program, and that they're seeing that as well. Because I don't want to have, my reputation is gold to me.
Yeah.
So to know that everybody is getting the satisfaction. The client that quit, when she contacted me, she had told me she had some deaths in the family and she was very depressed. And I believe that she quit the program, or if she might not have quit, she might have just stopped the auto ship. You know what I mean? She might still be ordering. But I believe sometimes people have emotional issues that are deeper than what, I can't feel responsible if they quit the program.
Yeah, I think that's great. I think, you can't hold yourself accountable, because everybody has their ability to choose, right? So might be now, might be later. And sometimes, if something bad happens, sometimes, it's easier to step away than to just deal with life, and sometimes maybe that's what's needed. So
yeah, exactly. So as far as the rest of my clients go, it's been just wonderful, and I'm building relationships with people that I would have never met any other way. And it's just broadened my life and made my life more. So that's what I love about team coaching.
Yeah, and it helps to have such a passionate coach, right? I mean, Annie's amazing.
Oh my goodness, yes.
Yeah.
She's definitely why I switched coaches. My previous coach was somebody I didn't know. I didn't realize that you even had to have a coach when I signed on. I went and looked at the program, and then Annie and I were talking, and I saw her effervescence about the program, and that's how I am too. When I love something, I love it. And so I just, we get along well that way.
Right. Yeah, definitely. We love Annie.
Yes.
So what do you want to do? So normally you do this at the beginning of the month. So let's put Wendy right here, and we'll just put August. So where would you like to be at the end of this month?
Oh my goodness. You're going to ask me that, huh?
Okay. Well, let me ask you this. What goals, what do you want out of this coaching thing? Where would you like to be?
Honestly, I have went back and forth a little bit with it. At times I think, I want to just, really, really make this a huge part of my income along with my art. And so I have 2 businesses going. And then I'll go back to, you know what, I'm happy if I coach and whoever signs up, and I'm their coach, and whatever I make that month, and I'm good with it. So I kind of have not, I don't want to, like even the cruise, I'm sitting there going, now, if I have to continuously press myself to make this a job, I might not enjoy it as much as I do now. So I really don't. The cruise, I'd love to go on the cruise, but maybe I want to remove that from the table, as I just absolutely have to do this cruise. To be honest with you, I have a very, very busy art career. I teach workshops and classes and do videos, and a lot of my energy goes there, and that's where I get actually most of my clients for Optavia. Is from my art business. And part of me is just kind of thinking, I just want to, whatever will be, and I'm okay with that. So I'm being really honest with you here.
Well, that's good, because we don't want to, this is your map, right? It's not Annie's map. It's not my map. It's not Heidi's map. So wherever you want to take it, we'll be happy to help you. And that you're able to help, they'll be happy as well.
Okay, good.
So let's put on here, there's different ranks. Right now you're you have 7.
I haven't seen your coach yet this time.
Right. Well, you're not, but as of right now, if everybody ordered, if you were to add all these up, you would be a manager. Okay.
Okay.
So let's assume just all of these will go through, nobody else will cancel. So if you were to get 3,000 more in frontline volume, which would be, let's say, about 8 or 9 more people, you would get about a little bit over 6,000 frontline volume, and that would put you at executive director. Okay. Or there's other ones. Let's say you say, okay, well, maybe 4,800, and that'll put you at director. If you look at the tables, and this is a separate discussion about the finances or whatever, but 6,000 is basically the sweet spot of the company, 6,000 or above. And the reason why is because if you have 6,000 frontline volume and 5 senior coaches, then you get FIPIC and you get additional $1,000 bonus. Okay. If you get 6,000, then you make executive director, and it gives you 31% of all of your clients' orders. That goes to you. So 31% of 6,000 is about $1,800, right? You would get that each month. Plus, you'd get $1,000 consistency bonus every 3 months. So with all that in line, you'll be making around $28,000 if you maintain 6,000. So the benefit of that is
trying, David. I'm trying.
no. I'm just trying to.
Not for you. I'm definitely trying, but I also feel like there's that. It is only. I'm very early on in the coaching, and
Right.
so I'm feeling a little wobbly right now because all my people are just starting, and it's really hard right now for me to. I've dropped the coaching thing a couple times to people, but I don't want to feel like I'm pressuring them, because they're showing a little bit of interest, but then I don't want to like drive it in, come on, be a coach. So
right. And when you're exactly right, we want to make sure that you're not overwhelmed. We want to make sure that you're taken care of and your clients are taken care of. So maybe executive director might be one for maybe next month or the month after, if that's something that you want. Maybe we say, okay, maybe we say you're at a manager right now, you were at associate director last month. Maybe you say, okay, I want to be director, right? That's 4,800. Is that something that you think that would be a good goal for you?
Yes, absolutely. And I also believe that within a couple months, when I have people that are on the program longer, I will start having more coaches, more, when people start really showing, because a lot of times when you're a coach, I believe it's good to have pictures that are good for before and after.
Right.
To be able to attract new clients. And my people, none of them have lost very much yet. They've lost like 5 pounds or something, 6 pounds. So they're not feeling like they want to show poor pictures or in progress yet.
Right.
But once they start doing that, I believe it's going to change my picture too.
Yeah, I mean, there's nothing cooler than being able to say, hey, this is my client and she's lost 50 pounds, right? I mean,
I'm waiting for that, David.
Right. So just so you know, they also have you heard of the Jock Shareable group?
Oh, yeah, I've got pictures from other people, but I would be very happy to have my own people start showing pictures of progress. I can't wait. Yeah.
And so Annie's done a great job with your celebrations. If for some reason they continue to have, maybe they're not losing as much weight as they'd like, you can always re-celebrate with them again or do a tips call. Heidi would love to do that. Also, I'm sure Nancy. Annie's, new herself. She's only been doing it 3 months. So like you said, she might not know everything in the book. And she doesn't need to, right? Because we're all team. So you could always say, hey, Annie, let's maybe get Heidi because, and more involved because this might be a little bit complex and they'd love to help you with that. So we want to make sure your clients are taken care of and that Annie also is able to get, different perspectives because, we want to make sure that she grows as well during this process.
Right, right.
Okay. So we have here a director rank, which is pretty amazing for being only been doing this 1 month, Some people would love to have that rank. Okay. So to be.
I'd love to have it too. Yes, that sounds exciting to me.
Yeah.
I'm a little bit of a competitive person. I'll admit it.
That is funny.
Yeah.
I have to play some board games with you. Okay. So 4,800 frontline volume and group volume would be the same because we're assuming that, okay, that's where we're at. So income, that would probably be about 1,200. Okay. Mm-hmm. Now, another thing to consider is, do you want to get certified, right, this month? So.
Yeah, I'm going to get certified, but I just had told Annie, I thought I was going to do it this month in August, but if I do, it's going to have to be in a couple weeks. I'm just feeling a little bit overwhelmed right now. I've got a lot of things going on with other things too. So I will definitely get certified. I'm just not quite sure when yet.
Yeah, and no rush, right? You want to take care of yourself, Heidi, when she was doing this, she's kind of hiding her smile a little bit, but, I actually went in and kind of did her, I went in, took the test for her, and she helped me when she could, for questions I didn't know. So, it's a good team effort. So whenever you can, and there's no rush. When you do certify, you get 3% more, which about 5,000, that'd be $150 more. It's not going to break the bank. but over time, it'll make up for itself, and then you're able to get your consistency bonus after 3 months. So,
Okay.
So if you want to get director, okay, we're at 7 right now. So let's just count. Director, it's probably around eight clients, okay? So actually, I mean, yeah, 4, 5, 7 to 8. Okay.
All right.
They're having. I don't know if you saw the picture on the group page, but they're having.
Yeah, I shared it with my group.
Oh, okay.
About the coaching.
Yeah. So that's great.
Yeah.
And so that's great if you, as you drip coaching on them, because a lot of people, they don't know. I mean, how cool is it to be able to be a dad with 4 kids like Hiram is, and to be able to basically just go wherever you want in an RV and play with your kids all the time. A lot of people kill for that freedom, right? They just
yeah. But you got to remember, all my people are artists, and most of them are home all day.
Okay.
They've got the freedom already.
Oh,
you know what I mean?
Yeah. Okay. So you're right. So maybe for them it might not be the freedom. Maybe for them it might be accountability that comes through coaching.
Right, and that's what I was going to tell you too. That's what the biggest thing, actually, I forgot to say that. It keeps me on the straight and narrow on this program, because I never want to be a person that is not walking the talk, and being a coach is keeping me walking the talk. And you're right, I think that that's a great incentive for them. And also the extra money. As artists, our income is very it's unpredictable. You may sell a lot of paintings one month and then next month nothing. And so this is a great supplemental income. If not, from what you're saying, it looks like it could be a great part of your income.
Right. It's a retirement. And I'm sure Hiram would tell you, he's he told on his post, he bought two brand new trucks. I'm sure he might have done it all cash. So, I mean, if you were to look at the income, a lot of people you can make anywhere from, a few hundred to millions,
Yeah.
So as you grow your business, then you start to make a lot more. So, I mean.
Yeah, and I'm kind of letting myself a little bit off the hook and saying, hey, I've got the rest of my life to do this. I'm not giving myself the rest of my life, but a year from now, my picture is going to look totally different with this company.
Right. And Wendy, you're stressed right now, and there's a lot of things going on, so it's okay to take a month or 2 off, or.
Well, I'm not taking any months off. I'm just not. Don't worry about that. I love doing the coaching. I love signing people up. But sometimes it feels like, oh, nobody's going to sign up. And then I think, I'm not going to put myself under this pressure. If nobody signs up, it's okay.
Right.
So.
And yeah, that's true. That's great. And so let's say frontline coaches, do you think anybody's going to bite on that coaching thing and say, look, I think coaching would be a good thing for me?
I have 2 people right now that are very close to saying now. I actually got a message from Janet Densford that said, I'm really interested and really considering doing the coaching. She said, but is there any way I can do it slowly and not have to start signing people up? And I messaged her back and I said, you sure can. Just get your business kit, your coaching kit, and then we can just take our time and ease you into it. So that was yesterday, so I haven't heard back yet.
Okay. Great. So, and then the frontline volume points, that would be 4 frontline volume points. And then senior coach points 0, so that would put you at 4. So that's 1 more than you were last month. So they also have here this activity chart. So, one encouragement is to do 3 by 3 by 3. That's a lot of people. You don't have to do 3 by 3 by 3 right now. As ebbs and flows. Whenever you have time, you can. Whenever you don't, there's way to buffer some of the other ones. You can plug in your posts. So you don't have to worry about it, or but that's just here for you to plug those in so you can keep track. Because a lot of people sometimes forget how many times they posted, and how many times they've added 3 friends or that kind of thing. So, okay. So just to wrap it up. So this is your map. Wendy, I think it looks outstanding. I think you're doing an amazing job as a coach, and this is what a map is. So if Annie comes in and says, okay, let's check out your map. She can look at the bottom. Okay, this is where you are. This is where you want to be. Let's make it happen. Slam our hands on the table. Okay, what are we going to do? Okay, let's maybe, do some more posts. Let's get some of these people that maybe expressed interest and, haven't done anything, or, let's come up with some strategies, add a whole bunch more friends, or let's go and maybe, whatever you do, but whatever you're doing, it's amazing. And so maybe you could share that with some of the rest of our team, because we all need it. So there, lastly, we talked about the coaching thing. The cruise is coming. Is coming up. You're aware of that. And also the Phoenix little trip. And that's something that, personally, just seeing kind of how you're doing things, you could very easily obtain. So you don't have to stress about it, but just know that that's on the horizon, and that Annie had a blast at the last convention. It's going to be very similar, and you're going to open your eyes a little bit more than they already are, which will be pretty amazing. So.
Right. I'm already signed up for the convention next year in Orlando, so I'm definitely coming to that. So I'm really excited about it.
Okay, we're so excited for you. And do you have any questions about this map or anything that we've talked about?
No, I think I'm just as confused as I was when I started, but that's okay.
Okay, well, nice to know I'm doing my job.
No, it's just that I'm not a logical-minded person. I'm more of a free spirit, and so numbers and little boxes that I got to write in, that's not my strong point. I'm just going to be honest with you.
Okay. Well, as long as whatever way you do it, and personally, Annie's your coach, and so as long as she can kind of follow how she can help you to meet your goals, that's the important thing. So if you do it via drawing and you draw everybody's name, or a painting, you draw everybody's names on the painting, and then you write,
and stick figures. I'll do stick figures.
Yeah. So as long as you have some way, that's what works. Me being analytical, and a lot of people who look, this also is a good way. But so this is just one representation, but you can have it on the forefront of your mind every day and say, okay, these are the people that I help. How can I help them? So
I appreciate this, David. Thank you.
Okay. So Heidi, go ahead and stop it, and then I think we're good to go.
Okay.
Let me stop sharing. Okay, do you stop record?
There's a couple questions.
Hi, Chrissy.
Yeah, can I ask a couple questions?
Yeah.
Okay, really quick, what is the value of knowing the premiere dates, and why do we fill out the amounts for their orders? What is the value in putting all that information on our map?
Oh, that's a good question. I don't think they always had that in there. That's kind of been some new things. And the reason why you want to put the premiere date is you say, why is my, let's say you're at a health coach at the very beginning and all the way to the 28th. And you're like, why won't my rank change? If you look at the map, you could say, oh, it's because 6 or 7 of my clients, have their, premiere date on the 31st. And so that's why my rank, whenever I go to OptiVia Connect, hasn't changed. It's because they're all ordering on the last day of the month. So it's good to know there. You put the amounts in because you want to know, okay, well, how much are they scheduled to order? And if they order the way they are, what rank will I be? So if you add them all up, or just so you kind of know, okay, well, that'll get me to kind of where it is. You can see if you look on the map on the left side, it'll kind of show you that anyway. You average around 300, 400, that people would order each month. But it's just another metric. You don't have to put in the amounts. You don't have to put in the premiere date. But
can you hit a rank prior? So typically you can fall in that rank in between a certain number of clients. Getting to director doesn't mean that you're going to have 15 clients. It means that you might have 10 that are ordering a higher amount.
Exactly.
Yeah. Every $1,200 is a rank all the way to executive director. So at $1,200 with the 5 clients, you hit senior coach. another 1,200 your manager, the next 1,200 associate director, then executive director. After executive director, that's where you have $6,000 in frontline volume, or 4,800 with a senior coach. Senior coach would count as your other 1,200 kind of, okay? But once you hit executive director, your rank doesn't move with volume in the same way. Your rank then starts to move by how many coaches you have and things like that. So executive director, that's kind of why David referenced it as a sweet spot. That's about as high as you can grow on your own in rank. We're never really doing this for a rank though. So I think in a way that's why a lot of us are like, what does this mean? Why? Because that's not what any of us are really thinking about. We're just trying to help our friends. And that's the heart of this whole map, is to say, where am I? Where do I hope to be, if I can even fathom what that might look like? Okay, so if I had 4 more people that I needed to help this month, I think I could do that. When I post, about 12 people ask me, and probably 4 of them will want programs. So that's perfect. Let me shoot for that. And if not, nobody cares except you. You know, if that's something you wanted, we care because you wanted it. But we're not. There's no push or pull. Nobody's forcing anyone on any goal ever. That's not how we really work. But when my people, you guys say, I want to be on that cruise, and you show me a map, I can help see if that'll help you get there. If you say you want to be in Phoenix, we can help look at your map and guide you. And that's the purpose of the map, is when you have a goal and you want it, we're here to help you. And sometimes you don't know what your goal should be. You don't really know. For Wendy this month, we just put her as director, but maybe she just wants to stay where she is for a month so she can breathe. And that's also okay. Just so you know, we're going to support you in whatever you say, okay? And so that's how we will always be about it. David did a great job kind of showing you how to fill in the map, and that's more analytical. You're true. I'm like, a map every time. I'm like, my map? Really? Because there's so many names to write down. I can't sit and do that. That's a waste of my time. But every time I've filled out a map and put a goal, I've got the goal. And I think it's because it puts it in my mind, and it allows me to have that structural tension.
You do that with everything else. Our weight that we want to reach.
Yes.
With clothes, maybe a dress I want to get into.
Yes.
You know, do that. This is just, numbers and detail stuff is really not, like I said, not my strong point. To sit still and write stuff.
Yes.
But I do appreciate that now, and I do know a little bit more now about the system, the way it's works and the way it's built up. So that's important, because I kind of wasn't knowing. Did you, Chrissy? Did you kind of know all that stuff?
I ask Heidi and David questions every day about it. So no, but yes, because I ask a ton of questions.
Yeah. Well, thank you.
We're so grateful that there are people like you, Wendy.
Okay, thank you guys so much. I'm going to head out, okay?
Bye.
Thank you, David and Heidi and
Thank
Chrissy.
you.
Bye, y'all.
Bye.